Students. I will explain you the rules of the game. I will present you who are this morning with me. And would like to say that we will have this morning to explore what our students produced during these weeks to address a big issue today, is the adaptation to the climate change. So we will do a game that we are very inspired by some TV shows like Shark Tank, and the idea is that we will have a jury, and each one of this jury will have 1 million euros to invest in the companies. How do you invest this? How you see, they can invest all the money in one company, or they can pass the money differently, split the money differently in each company. And also, we will have a vote from you that's seen us wherever you are in the world. You can be in another room here at the IFP school, or you can be in another place in the world. You see in all the pitches, and you can vote for the best pitch this morning. So we will have 5 pitches, and after these presentations, we will have the jury to comment. We also have the coach of each group that will be here and will make the first question to the group. So I would like to begin to introducing the jury that is our big pleasure to have them here. The first one is Pascal Longmar. Welcome, Pascal. You are the director of the IFP school and has an extensive background in experimentation and mechanical engineering, making you a key figure in the sustainable innovation, innovative mobility solutions. So welcome and thank you to being here. It's a pleasure to have the director of the school with the students today. After you, welcome Jean-Baptiste Renard. Many years of experience in the energy sector, angel investor, mentor of many startups. You are well known for your deep understanding of global energy trends, and you have an exceptional cross-cultural skills. Thank you so much for being today with us. We are seeing in the middle, we already have, and as I told you, we have the coach of the team, Olivier Bernard. Donc, Olivier is someone that will be supporting his team during these 3 weeks. And you see each coach in each time. So, thank you, Olivier. The next jury is Abiba Boulach. If I can spell well your name, a project manager at IFP Énergie Nouvelle with a PhD in solid mechanics. You have a great expertise in design for engineering, and you are a key thinker in innovative energy solutions. So welcome, and thank you to being here. And to finish, I'd like just to invite Marc Guillaume. You are an entrepreneur who pioneered a startup focusing on energy efficient vehicles. You are also work many years for ExxonMobil and lead as a lead in production and techno operations and has a large experience in sustainable energy. Thank you and welcome. So, I know that I'm talking too much, and what is the most important right now is to see our pitch. So, the first group is addressing a issue: the energy in Africa and the batteries produced all over the world. With you, the first group, meet.
Good. Energy of today. As Joao said, we're facing several problems. First of all, on one side, Africa needs electricity. Still more than 600 million of people in Africa live without electricity. Indeed, over 70% of population below the Sahara have no access to electricity, what means that 5 out of 10 people below the Sahara live in the completely darkness. That means that they have no electricity for lighting, for cooking, for heating, for working, for studying, for any basic need that you might imagine. We have interviewed several people, but today we would like to highlight Samba Sila. Samba Sila is a potential user from Mali, and he has shared with us his experience with potential use with solar panels, at his village. However, using only solar panels is not enough to provide the required electricity for his village. So they need much more stability in terms of technology. On the other hand, we are facing another existing problem here in Europe. Due to electrification in the last years, a massive amount of electric cars and correspondingly electric batteries have been produced. However, from these electric produced cars and batteries, not all of those batteries are recycled, neither reused, what means that they are totally wasted. As shown in the first graph, still over 50% of those produced batteries are still non-recycled. And also, the market value of those recycled batteries is about to increase and increase and increase in the following years. What does it mean? That electric batteries are not only increasing in terms of quantity, but also in terms of quality. What do we propose at MITE? On one side, as I said before, we want to empower those African villages who really need independence and self-autonomy for their electricity needs. And on the other hand, we want to give a second life to those electric batteries which have already been used. We want to reduce its environmental impact. But how? At MITE, we want to upcycle those electric batteries in order to recharge them with solar energy from solar panels. This is because those batteries still have a capacity of 70% from its original. With this, we'll be totally able to produce and provide enough green electricity for those African villages which really need it. I've made a small energetic evaluation of what would be a typical rural village in Africa. This village is composed of 50 people, and we have evaluated the main electric items that they would need, like phones, fridges, televisions, etc. The electricity need is about 460 kilowatt hour in 1 month, and this is equivalent to one French household. In order to provide and to satisfy this electricity need, we would need 6 kits of batteries of 16 modules in order to store the energy produced by solar panels in a surface of 21 square meters. So we would need 21 square meters of solar panels and 6 kits with 16 modules of batteries. Now it's the turn for Gilberto.
As my colleague just said, a total need in terms of electric consumption for one village, it's equal at one, only one French household. So for deliver this energy, we design a solution, one kit with solar panel and a battery for the vehicle batteries. And for this conception, for this design, we take in account security of people and our footprint impact. We have one prototype there. You can see this prototype, but keep it in mind. One kit batteries, it's equal at one village with electricity. Our solution provide a green and affordable solution. It's a real alternative to fossil energy in Africa. And also, it provides a compact and autonomous system, turnkey. French people say clé en main. Recycling, reusing and upcycling batteries, it gives them a second life. So reduce CO2 emission and propose a real and pragmatic solution to automotive industry. And my third point is to promote development in Africa by creating jobs, opportunities, electricity, of course, but also to contribute to skill development in Africa. In our market, we have many competitors. They use the same solution with solar panel, electric battery car. The solution is effective, of course, but the impact is low. For example, Nissan used the battery for bringing electricity to a football stadium in Netherlands. Yeah, I know, I love football too, but it's really useful. You can ask me, Gilberto, why African countries don't use alternative energy like nuclear or thermic energy? I will ask you with 4 indicators. In the first one, the capex. For the capex, our solution is the less expensive than others. For the OPEX, the cost for run the operation. Again, might one, our solution is the less expensive. For the lifespan, I know we lose this time, but I guarantee you, our solution have a run life of 10 years and more. Ease of installation. We sell our solution with training on the field, so it's really easy to install solar panel and electric battery cars. Our main partners, we want to work with Renault and their client. They will provide us the batteries. And also with ABS company, a company we provide diagnostic on battery previous use in automotive industry. And solar panel company too, and logistic company, we will ask for subvention to United Nations. Last year, they gave $2 billion to project for promote development in Africa. And we will ask subvention too at Renault Foundation for provide our solution to our customer, African government, and for our final user, African people. Our product is not free, I know. We are seeking for $52,000 investment. We're gonna sell our product to African government 25K. For produce one prototype, the cost is 10K. It's cheap. The profitability of our project is 35%. You are lucky because it's a good chance for you today. And don't worry, your money back is only 1 year and a half. For conclude, our solution is affordable and green with a strong circular economy. And the most important, it promotes development in Africa. It seems easy, right? But our project is not only a merge with energy. We want you, ladies and gentlemen, invest in our company. Don't waste your energy elsewhere. And come to join us to make your Energy of yesterday, the energy of today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations for your pitch. So now is the time to make the questions. We have 10 minutes of questions, and the first one will be addressed by the coach, Olivier Bernard.
So thank you very much. So we have the chance to ask you the first question. You show us that you have a lot of competitors. I would like why the car manufacturer, because the battery comes from the car manufacturer, will give you the battery to Might and not to the competitors. So why? This is my question.
Thank you for your question, Olivier. Our project has several advantages. At first, we add a value to batteries since the application is for underserved areas in Africa. Secondly, the recycling market it's weak compared to 2035 forecast, for example. As a result, our solution is the temporary solution that aims to create energy today. We could return batteries in 10 years when the market recycling is booming and manufacturers will be able to extract materials. So for this reason, this investment is a sure investment both socially and financially. Thank you.
Pascal, please.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I have a question. You know that in the field of mobility, the battery is intention for manufacturers like Renault, for example. And what hesitation could you tell us about an hesitation that will motivate Renault to engage to sell you the batteries for this project instead of using it into vehicles?
Okay, thank you for your question. You know that Renault have a foundation of Renault that support a lot of projects and development in the Africa and the France also. So that motivate Renault to give us is we can say is the image of market because in African more than 90% uses the energy fossil to produce electricity. So if we give us their battery, that we contribute in the goal of 2050 with zero CO2 emission.
Okay, thank you.
Baptiste, before the question, just would like to say that in few minutes we will have on the screen, we will have a QR code where you people that are seeing, guys from home, you can vote in each company. So,
yeah, well, thank you. I love your idea, and actually I love it too, so much that I think everyone will love it and everyone will try to copy you. So I think it goes to the two questions before. What is it you're going to do that will make you the leader in that market? And you won't have some other smart teams beating you and taking your market away from you.
Interesting question. But today, as we told, no one do that in Africa. They all do that in Europe. As I said, for lightning football stadium. But our real strong, we come from different environments. Someone in Africa, in Europe, me in France, and we want to impact Africa. We have contact in Africa. So yes, it's really difficult to deal with African government, and we really think we have a strong impact on that.
Hello, thank you very much for your speech. It's a very interesting project. And just I want to know if you have an idea of the quantity of you can sell in Africa, and maybe which country you're going to choose for that.
Yeah, okay. I forgot to say that, but we want to develop our project in the next 3 years? We already focus on Mauritania, but there are, as my colleagues say, there are potential users in Mali. We need to choose.
Okay, good. Well, thank you. I love the idea. What, on your view, is the main threat to your business model?
The man?
Threats.
Threats.
Hello, thank you for your question. The main issue of our business model, the main problem is, of course, as we have already talked, the enormous amount of existing competitors there is in the market. But however, just as Gilberto said, the reality is that nowadays no one is interested at all in Africa. So this is what makes us different, and this is what is gonna be the difference from our project.
Thank you, guys. Thank you from the jury. So thank you for this first pitch. We'll have now, you that are seeing from home, will have the opportunity to vote in this group. And pretty soon you can put in the screen the QR code where you can vote for this team. Thank you, guys. And we'll see the next team very soon. So we are now with the second group that will present for us. They are addressing a problem that is the greenhouses gases emitted by cows. Let's see what they have to present to us. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We are pleased to be here with you today. We are Cow, and I propose you join us in this adventure, giving your advice, your connections, and your financial support. Did you know that more than 90% of the greenhouse gas emitted in the dairy industry comes from the production of raw materials? Among that, 36% come from the production of milk, which is the primary emitter.
One cow only emits as much CO2 as a car during a year. This is amazing. But what is even more amazing is that there are 3 million of them dedicated to milk production, and each single one of them emitting 2.4 ton CO2 equivalent. Sorry. This is striking, isn't it? But what is even more shocking is that a lot of solutions already exist. A lot of research have been done, but they are not implemented on dairy farms. We tried to understand why. We wondered ourselves why this situation is, and then we went to interview companies and dairy farms to understand exactly what's going on.
Results were astonishing. We have one problem and two different perspectives. On one hand, we have dairy farmers, and on the other hand, we have corporations. Dairy companies have one issue, taxes. With new environmental legislation and the rise of carbon prices, companies have to pay higher taxes every year. But the thing is, most of their emissions don't come from their industrial process, but from the production of the raw materials, which is milk, which is produced by farmers. So what do companies do? They pressure the farmers to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions, which leads us to a second party involved. Farmers. They don't have the funds to invest in those solutions, but they also don't have the time to invest in them. They don't have the time to research for those solutions, and they don't have the time to get trained to use those solutions properly on their farms. And with the increasing pressure of potentially losing their main clients, farmers often feel undermined in negotiation with big corporations.
And here comes a job at Cowcow. We provide innovative with specific criteria for the applicants to apply or not.
Farmers, on the other hand, what do? How do they benefit? They can finish setting up their profile given by the company. After, they can browse on the investment. They set up their profile, they specify their farmer's capacity, the work that has been done, the solution they need, and so on. But this all need proper education. After this realization, Cowcow has provided farmers with the proper education, giving them certificates and webinars. They can take these. They get the diploma at the end. And each time a farmer takes a certificate or a webinar or is really concerned about applying a solution, they get points and they get high in the rankings. Then they can apply to investment opportunities. These opportunities require a whole panel of solutions to which they can apply. That's not the end. The farmers can contact each other. They can work with other farms in order to solve their own problems in a circular way. You can check our prototype for the farmers on the website as well.
Thank you. So Coco provides a wide range of solutions. We benchmark for them a solution in order to save time to the company. We also want to push the company to invest on the best solution to farmers in order to, let's say, implement them. And also we provide some online courses which educate and inform the farmers to get ready for this transition. Company will have a return of their investment after a few years by reducing their greenhouse gases emission, and the profit will be shared between company, farmers, and Coco. This is a win-win project. Of course, we want to improve the condition in which the milk is done by decreasing the greenhouse gases emission. The company will invest to do so, reducing their own. In the example of Danone, that you can see here, they spend every year more than 90 million euro by paying taxes because of the finished product. So the ice cream you eat, the cheese maybe. With our solution, they can save more than 70 million euro by using one solution in our panel and share the profit between the green part, the farmers, the company, the purple one, and Coco, the white one. So on the farmer point of view, if we took one farmers with 200 cow, it will have on the hypothesis that he has to pay for this reduction of 35% of greenhouse gases emission, 8,000 euro. On the other hand, using our solution, he will get 2,000 euro by the share profile. You see that like this, they are more profitable for the farmers because they have a new income. They are more connected with other farmers. They can talk with farmers around them about feedbacks, success story, whatever. They are more connected with the company, and all this advantage with less time consuming.
So to sum up Cocoa in a few words, Cocoa aims to bring farmers and dairy companies together on our platform to help them reduce their greenhouse gas emission by getting an initial investments from companies into personalized solutions and by bringing them a return on this investment in the form of tax reductions. But Cocoa is also this. It's a team of 5 people, Abdullah, Mohamed, Christy, Alexi, and myself, Eleanor. And together, we aim to reshape the dairy industry to make it more sustainable.
So here comes the end. If you believe that our solution will reduce greenhouse gas emissions, if you believe that our solution will make farmers' life easier, and if you deeply believe that our solution will be profitable to us, to you, to farmers and companies, then invest in Cacao. Thank you.
Thank you guys for the presentation and for the amazing job. We are really, really proud of all of you, and you presented a very good solution for us. The first question so we made by the coach of this team, and after this question, so you that are seeing from home, you can vote on this team online. So the coach of this team is Laurent Forti. Merci, Laurent. Thank you so much for being with us, for the incredible job that you made with this team. You have the right for the first question.
Thank you very much, Joao. Yes, I have a first question to this very beautiful team. You explained us that the company will be profitable. Can you tell us more about that? And if I invest in company, how long time it takes for me to have a return of investments and more? You spoke about Danone, your first customer, and what else after Danone?
Thank you for the question. As we said, our first client will be Danone, and we got a panel of solutions, but we take one example of a solution, which is food additives. So if we consider that we aim to get 10% of the market the first year, 15% the next year, and 40% more the year after, so within 3 years, we can be profitable. And after those 3 years, we can make 1.5 million euros, which is amazing for Cacao. So we really have a great business plan, and we truly believe in our solution, and this will help farmers and companies. So what will happen within several years? I will let my colleague Abdullah to explain what we will try to do in several years from now.
First, we want to get into the milk farms or the milk part of the farms in the first years, and this will take time until we take the maximum share of the market for us, until we reach the plateau. And after that, we need to invest or expand our investment opportunities as well into the meat farms. And after that, once we reach a plateau as well in the meat farms, we can take another step to get into the cereal business as well. Also, all of this depends on your investment as well. And also the break-even point of the company as well depends on the initial investment that you make for us. Thank you.
Sean.
Well, thank you very much. It's very, very smart, extremely smart. I'm not too worried about the large companies who are they are very sophisticated. They know their obligations. They know ETS and all these schemes. But how will you recruit the farmers? That's a very fragmented market, less sophisticated market. How are you going to attract the farmers to be working with you?
Okay, so the idea is to convince not all the farmers, but the farmers who are currently working with, for example, Danone. So it's a tool that Danone will provide to his farmers and let them more educated to work with Danone. So at the end, we are not looking for new, let's say, farmers, but new company who will provide our solution in his network.
Just to add something, Danone will be our customer, and the farmers will be just the users of our platform. So in this case, we will work with Danone in order to get those farmers to subscribe, no, not to subscribe, but to log in on our platform.
Hello, thank you very much for your presentation.
You're welcome.
I love your project. I guess there are other platforms like yours, but deal with another links, not for farmers. For example, how can you convince other companies which don't deal with farmers to use your platform?
Thank you for the question. I think the only thing that can attract companies is the business model, is the profitability at the end. If we can convince them that this project would be profitable at the end, of course they would be interested. So our job here is to provide a solution that can be a win-win project at the end. We win, they win, and the farmers win also at the end.
Mark.
Okay, well, thank you. It seems to me clear. I have two questions. The first one is, where do you think you will get the most value from the relationship with the farmers and industry, or the technical solution you bring to the farmers? That's the first question.
Maybe you can clarify a bit. You said,
well, you have two parts in your solution. One is connecting farmers and industrial, and the other part is the technical solution you provide to the farmers.
Yes.
Which one makes money?
Oh, we told you that the idea is that today farmers don't have the money, and let's say the company have to pay for the taxes. So we want them to empower the company to stop paying like the money they spend for the CO2 emission and use it by investing on innovative solution, existing solution, and then the money come from here, from the reduction of the taxes.
I will add a little thing to what he said. It's just about also once we reach a point when our solution is not known, but it's there, it's the connection part where it makes the solution more available for people. And also people are affected with like how it's like to other farmers, or what is the solution giving to other farmers that they don't have.
Yes, thank you very much for the presentation and the concept. Your incomes will come through the reduction of greenhouse gas reduction, okay? And then how will you certify or quantify the reduction, because it will have a direct impact on your incomes? And how do you will certify this? The amount.
Okay, so basically the amount is that, for example, if we take the food additive solution, they have studies there that specifies that more than 30% of the reductions in emissions can be available if we just use this one part of the solution. So now we are offering a panel of solutions, and studies are there. Studies convince us and show
Hello again. I'm really sorry that you lost your connection. It's not your fault. not your internet at your home. It's our fault. You know, we are innovating also in this live streaming. We are always leading with problems. The first problem that we have is this connection, but I know that you understand, and this part of this game. So we'll jump directly to the next presentation. And this presentation is a group that will lead with the pollution made by particles in the air. So the group, Aero, the floor is yours.
48,000. 48,000 of people die each year in France because of air pollution and particle-related diseases. It represents the third leading cause of death in France, and it costs around 100 billion of euros every year to our social security system. When we see those facts, we might wonder, where do the particles come from? Do they come from the road traffic? Do they come from the construction sites? Or do they come from even from the heating in the residential areas? Actually, the private cars represent a significant amount of these emissions, even if we try to reduce them more and more with the current standards. It's still a common belief that these particles are emitted mainly by combustion engines. Actually, it's false, because 90% of the current cars from the last decades, 90% of those particles are mainly emitted by from non-exhaust sources, and mainly brakes. The next standard, European one, the Euro 7, which is coming in the next future, is going to tackle this problem and will try to limit these emissions. So this is why my associate and I are beyond excited today to present our new solution, which is really efficient and simple in order to optimize the quality of the air we breathe every day.
So we came up with a solution to reduce the particles emitted by the car's braking system. We looked for something that directly fits the braking pads of the vehicle to tackle the issue at its source. So what is our solution? Basically, it is a kind of hoover that aspirates the particles directly at the braking system, and we use a small turbine to feed the air through a pipe to a container that is composed of magnetic resins. This magnetic resins allows us to separate the metal particles from the braking system, from one part, from the dust. This resin is really important to us because it is also the component that allows us to store the metal particles for subsequent recycling. And the recycling part is really important in our project. More specifically, the containers is made of a thermoplastic resin to which we add a magnetic coating thanks to the use of metal nanoparticles. This is the best trade-off we can offer given the issues of cost and recyclability. One may wonder, how do we deal, for instance, with water splashes? Because of course we are aspirating the air on the wheel, so we could aspirate water as well. So thanks to our design, to our architecture, any water, any liquid that could enter our system will run off naturally thanks to gravity. Furthermore, we don't need any dynamo because we will simply using the electricity provided by the car's alternator or the low voltage circuits, for instance, for an electric car. Now, in order to help you visualize our product, we've built a little 3D prototype showing us how it works, how it is implemented on the wheel level. So basically, if the white part is the disc of the car and the black one is the braking pads, our system, the blue part, just fits like this and it's really close to the braking system. At a more vehicle scale now, we can see our global architecture for a car equipped with 4 discs. So we can see that we need 2 different containers for the rear and the front axles of the car. Each container receives the dust and the metal particles from the 2 associated wheels. What is not shown on the screen, however, is that the dust that we don't want is then released back to the ground and the metal particles are retained.
We believe that our product will be really important for all the car manufacturers here in Europe when the Euro 7 standard will be adopted. Well, the time is running out. And for example, here in France, 1.4 million cars are produced every year. Is it possible to imagine the consequence of our product in the car industry? Is it possible to imagine the consequence in the French families that need to take maybe their old cars to drive in cities like Paris? Is it possible to see the consequence in the health of the people? Yes, is it possible? Because our solution is too simple. It's too simple and it makes us dream. We invite us, dream with us in this sea of opportunities. Opportunities like, for example, what if we use this tool at the train system? What if we use this tool in the subway system? Well, there is a lot of opportunities, but let's focus at the beginning in the car industry because we are in the place to be comfortable and to be profitable just with this little slide of this big opportunity that represent the cars, the French cars. Our production price at this moment is 116 euros. Our selling price is 150 euros. And it represents just the 18% of the price of our competitor. It's really a big difference between our price and the price of our competitor. We are sure that we bring add value of your cars with this opportunity because our tool, Aero, represents an easy way to solve any problem, this problem of the pollution in the air. This is easy to install, it's fast to install, there is not a lot of pieces, and it represents really a big opportunity that is cheapest and easy to install and faster.
Throughout this experience, Aero has managed to strengthen ties and nourish self with the knowledge of experts, both from the automotive industry and the researchers in the field of air pollution, more specifically Michelin and IFP. This allowed us to develop the prototype that we are pleased to present today, which has been shown to mechanical workers, the workers who have expressed their amazement and interest in testing it. We offer similar performance, roughly 80% of efficiency, and the installation of the product is easy. And we have environmental advantage of offering a recycling solution with metal sorting centers, partners. Yes, we have a recycling structure ready to go. Are you aware that every time you change your brake pads, you have emitted around 4 kilos of particle into the air? Our system could recover around of 3 kilos. Yes, 3 kilos. Look what that represents.
Simplicity, recyclability, and a product which is affordable. Our opportunities are almost limitless. We also imagine proposing a maintenance and a warranty service in order to increase our customer satisfaction. Now we invite you, if you want to visit our website, if you want more detailed information, or if you want to contact us, and don't hesitate to join us and join the Aero adventure. Thank you.
Congratulations, guys, for this amazing job that you have been doing. Your projects, like the others that we are seeing, sometimes we don't believe that you made all that you made in just 3 weeks. So congrats for your efforts and for the results that you have right now. So we'll jump directly in the question. The first one is the Maria Tiwa. Merci beaucoup and congratulations for the great job that you have been doing with your team.
It's all them. Thank you, guys. There is something amazing. You talk about your competitors. You said your structure, your product was cheaper. What's the difference? How are you positioned to them?
Thank you. Yes, it's like this. At this moment, we have just one competitor, just one, in this big situation, in this big problem that is the pollution of the air, and this kind of tools in order to solve it. We usually work in 3 ways: simplicity, recyclability, and the price. For the simplicity, we can say that our product don't need to change the whole braking system. That this is the case of our competitor. For us, it's important that our tool will be adapted to the cars, not the cars to the tool. It's important to say. In the same idea, for we don't need filters. We use a magnetic resigner. We don't need dynamos. We take the energy directly from the alternator, and exactly we have few parts, few pieces, and it's too simple. This is the simplicity. For the recyclability, I can say that if you use in this kind of solution a so specific filter to catch the microparticles, you will have a problem at the moment of the recyclability, because you need to separate what you need. If you make a filter to catch microparticles of the size of 2.5 micrometers, you will catch almost everything. And at the end, into your reservoir, you will have mud, you will have water, you will have stones, you will have the metal microparticles too. In our case, into our reservoir, we have a magnetic resign that catch only the metal microparticles. And this is our difference. And this is the reason why we can recycle better than the other company. And at least the price. Our price is more competitively. Our selling price is 150, and in comparison with the 830 euros that represent, as I said, the 18% of the price of our competitor.
Hello, thank you very much for your presentation. I just have a question about the set of, we have the magnetic resin. Do you know how often you have to change it? How can you recycling this set or not?
Yeah, you change it every time you change your braking pads. You change also the systems, and so yeah, you need to change the resin. The tank is collected by a garage, and it's easy for them to dispose of it securely, because it won't blow away. It will be really it will stick inside the tank, and yeah, and you change it every time you change your braking pads. Yeah, every 2 years approximately.
Can I just add something?
Yeah.
Yep.
Rapidly. The solution of using a coating is really, we thought about that, because when you have a storage system in the volume, it's more complicated to recycle, because you have to separate the elements. Whereas a coating can be scrapped easily for subsequent recycling, and then we just have the thermoplastic resin, which can be sent back to the coating company in order to make a new coating. So we ease really the recycling part.
Okay, good. Thank you. I have, well, several questions, so maybe it's because it's technical, and I'll pick one that is non-technical. You talk a lot about simplicity of your solution and the competition. Why the competition cannot copy and integrate this simple solution to their catalog?
Okay, thank you for the question. Their business model are of course different, but when we look at their technology, they add grooves to the braking pads. They add holes in the mounts that support the braking pads. So of course, it's additional costs. The real adding value compared to our competitors is that we add something to the existing parts of the vehicles. So for you car manufacturers, you don't need to change your supplier. You don't need to change anything. We are just adding something for you to respect the future Euro 7 law and to help us everyone breathe.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. I have one simple question. Do you plan to implement your technology on existing car or only on new car?
You can do both. You can do new and old cars. Yeah.
The two.
Both
The
of
two
them.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them.
Thank you.
Can I add something?
Yep.
And you can use it not only for cars, not only for all new cars. You can use it for trains. You can use it from the subway transport system.
Thank you. Actually, I'm quite impressed with the technical solution. What I don't really understand is the business model. Who are your customers?
The car manufacturers. Yeah, because you will have regulation which is coming, the Euro 7, which will limit the number, the amount of particulate you will emit by cars. And thanks to this system, if car manufacturers install it on their cars, you can respect the Euro 7 more easily. And yeah, for car manufacturers.
It's okay. Thank you. We have just a final question that we have from the audience. That what do you do with the particles that you are taking? Are you planning to recycle or not? Is part of your plan?
Thank you for the question. So yes, of course, the particles are going to be recycled. We have already made a few calls with sorting centers. So we, of course, due to the duration of the project, we don't have the final answer, but it is likely that they are able to sort our coating. So yes, we are already, as Sarah said, we already have a recycling structure to go. The goal of our project is not just gather the particles, of course, is to recycle them because it's metal particles, unlike particles emitted by combustion engines. So it costs more and more, and it's a real added value to reuse them.
Okay. So, thank you guys. Congratulations for your presentation. Thank you for you that are seeing and making questions and interacting and voting in this in all the presentations. You'll see the QR code pretty soon, and you can vote for this group. I would like just to say congratulations for you guys for your job, and
thank you.
Thank you. The pause between all many ideas to go to the next presentation. So a little bit, a short break, and you come back soon. Thank you. Welcome again, guys. We are here for the next speech. I'd like just to mention something that I'm pretty sure that you noticed, that all of us, until now, we are not English native. You know, we have many languages in these groups, but I'm pretty sure that you are understanding what we are trying to say. We pick up English because, you know, we like streaming this all over the world, and we usually do the presentations, even though we have people that speak French, like me, Portuguese, and other languages. But the idea is to communicate the speech for you in the best way. So the next group will address a problem that everyone, I think, can have. That's how you go to your work. So the transportation from home to work, also known as commute. So next group, e-commute.
Good morning, everyone. We are eCommute, and we will share you a solution for this big problem, the pollution. So in France, a lot of pollution came from the commute. As Joao said, commute transportation is the transportation of employees between their home to their office. And this problem, it's not new. It has started in the 90s with the explosion of a thermic car. And during this period, no solution has found because the solution is not efficient. So for example, last year's 15% of the global gas emission of CO2 in France is only due the commute. So it's approximately 4,600 Eiffel Tower in weight of CO2 each year in France. It's very lot. Public and government are already aware about this issue, and some company has started to be awake, such as Axence. Axence is a company. We are licensor and producer in the chemistry field, and we have a very interesting discussion with the HR management of this company, and they told us they have the same problem. How to decrease the emission coming from the commute for their employees. It's around 4% of the total commute, CO2 emission. And maybe if it's possible to decrease the price of commute. As you can know, excuse me, the price of gasoline has exploded these last years. So therefore, we bring a new solution fully integrated to move the transportation to a green transportation. Our idea is to provide a carpool application linked with an electrical car. So to the company, we will provide carpool application, of course, and also our knowledge and expertise to launch the best green mobility transformation for this company. And we know also that if the solution is the best for the company, if no employee use it, it's not a solution. So we need to be really easy to use and with a very good incentive. The best incentive, we think, is to give this commute free for the employees because the company will provide electrical car and the electricity. Now I explain you the global things. I will say Renato to explain you your UX, user experience.
So good morning. To help you to understand about what our clients will get, I will propose you to imagine that you are one of the employees of the company that has our system integrated. So you wake up in the morning, need to go to the work, then you open you turn on your phone, open the application, which is designed specifically for each company. Then you set up your preferences, like what time do you want to go to the job, and also if you like to listen some music and going to the job, if you want to talk to other peoples, and these informations will be used to create a unique profile for each people. With this with this unique profile, uh, we will can develop a specific route for each group of people that is the most efficient route, combining both personal preferences and the best pathway to pick up your colleagues. So to boost all of the employees, the company employees to use our solution, we will provide some reward system, but even more for the drivers, we will let them use the car for their own application, for their own usage, but just for small trips to security issues. So, but for the company, the things change a little, and it's very simple. First, we compute all of the data of the employees as behavior and, as I said, commuting preferences. Then we set up everything and put everything. After that, the application will store in this database some important parameters like CO2 emission reduced and energy saved. And these informations will be used for us to make a report and along with the company to plan a reactive action plan where we will always trying to adapt to the new needs of the company with their feedbacks. So to summarize everything that our company can get to our clients, for the client company, instantly we can indirectly reduce the CO2 emission, and then also we will provide some competitive perks regarding the commuting experience of the company. And also you can use all of the reports, the company can use all of our reports to do like public image transformation of the company. And for the employees, we think that pretty sure that they will be like super happy that be disponible for them free commuting to the work with an efficient route and convenient way, like comfortable and simple.
So thank you, Renato. No, as I said, this problem is not new and some partial solution has been found. But for us, it's not a solution. For example, this year's 1 million of carpool transportation is used. Last year's, this number is divided by 3. And the French government forecast and want to multiply this 1 million by 3.6 to reach 3.6 million. Maybe we can think it's a very huge number, but it's a very small droplet because it's only 3.6% of the global commute transportation. So we have a lot of margin of progression. Other things, we think we can reach 5% of this market because to reach this target, this objective, we need to convince only 4 companies with over 500 employees to use our solution. We can make like this because we are a pioneer in the green mobility transformation and white brand, as Renato said. Another things, moreover, we can be profitable with 2 things. The first is the setup to implement our strategy to the company. And the second, it's a yearly subscription to use our application. With this services, we provide also a report with sum up and summarize all the data recorded during the years. And therefore, the company can explain or communicate with this data. For example, with our base case Accents, they can decrease by 4% of the global emission if they invest around 6 or 7% of the budget dedicated to the sustainable development. So to launch this project, we need around 100,000 euros, and we think a return 2 times in the next 5 years. So don't hesitate to invest in our project because we have a lot of progression and we are also the pioneer on this mobility. And don't forget, think your commute differently. Thank you very much for your attention.
So thank you for your presentation, guys. Congratulations for your job. I would like to congratulate also Lea Martel for the incredible job that you made with your team. Congratulations for everything that you achieved in just 3 weeks, but I think that you have the time for make a question for your team.
Thank you, Joao. Thank you so much for this presentation. I would like to ask you a question regarding the algorithm. I think you've been talking about the behind the scene of the application is working with an algorithm. And can you explain a bit more how is it working to achieve the best user experience?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We have a first version of our algorithm, and in this first version, we reported all the geographic position of all our employees, and by calculating a maximal distance between two employees to make them to share a car, the algorithm creates some carpool groups, and as you can see on the bottom left. And so this is the first version of our algorithm, uniquely based on the geographical position. But with your investment, we have the project to improve a lot our algorithm in two different ways. The first one is to add the profiles of all our employees to make the algorithm taking into account all the preferences of our employees, such as do you like to smoke, do you like to talk into the car, do you like to listen music during the ride. So, and obviously to add the schedule to make our employees to arrive on the right time at their office. And the second way that we want to improve is to calculate the distance between two employees, not in terms of distance, but in terms of time, because we thought that it was more important to arrive on time at the office. And for that, we will calculate the medium pace in the geographical areas to have a more accurate estimation of the time of arrival. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I love the first question. I think the technical solution is very clear and makes sense to reduce carbon emission. But what's your strategy to conquer or get into the industries where people work and get the application used?
Okay, I will let Marvin talk about that.
Thank you for your questions. Yes, as you say, to become great, we need to begin somewhere. So we already have Access on a company who want to work with us about this solution. So we can start to implement a case study on one of their sites in Salandre, their industrial site, and we can implement and try and train our process to be more developed and answer all the needs of the employees and after we can send our solution to the main to the lot of people.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I have a question, a similar question, but on the possibility to collect personal data for a company. That if your application is developed in a company, the company will have an access to personal data. Did you ask some company about this possibility?
What we think about that is just all the data that we'll collect of employees of one company will be saved on the company servers. So we don't have authorization to see this data. You just analyze this data, but we don't have this data on our servers.
Yes, okay.
Just for the user on the app, they will see a map with the position of their colleagues. So we thought about that to keep the privacy of your colleagues. We will make not a dot very accurate with the position of your colleague, but maybe a big circle that gives an approximate position of your colleague. but not the exact dot, the exact place that he is.
Thank you very much. A very smart solution. Just, well, you want us to invest in your company, but how are you going to make money?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. For to understand how we get the money, we have to understand about how our business work. It's like we, as my colleagues told you, like we gonna provide the service and the strategy for the company for handle everything for this green mobility transportation. At the past, we will charge them for the yearly subscription for providing our services. And another one is like because we want to provide them the maximum flexibility about the vehicle choice. Something like if you want to change the model of the electric car anytime, we gonna have like our partnership to change in every time. So the solution at this point, we choose to have the partnership which we provide the contract to our clients, and we will get the commissions from that contract. We expect that around 10% of the commission every contract that our clients do with our partner company.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. I think it's a very good idea. But I have a question about today we have a lot of home office. And do you imagine the impact of this on your business plan?
Okay, thank you very much for this question. We think about this home office, but some company will not authorize 100% home office. So maybe it's only 1 day or 2 days. So just 3 days with using this commute system. And because we can merge people and sort people according this endings and starting point hours, we can sort this one. And other things, maybe we work in the chemistry, so we produce a lot of things, and some jobs can't make home office. So we can focus only on this for these people. For example, operator or people who are always in the site to avoid the big problem. You want to add something?
And for example, when we talk with the Accents HR, she said to us that 90% of the personnel in the factory has to be every day on the site. So that confirmed to us that there are sectors that our solution will be very useful.
Thank you guys for your presentation. Congratulations for you, for your coach. You know, something that's happening during all the pitch that me and all the team, the Labinov team at the IFP School, we are following these projects since the beginning. It's not easy to not make questions to you. Sometimes we would like to answer the questions that the jury are making because we are so passionate by the solutions that we are creating. So congratulations to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So please, now you have the QR code on your screen. You can vote for this team. And in just a few minutes, we will be back for the last presentation of this morning. Thank you. We are back for the final pitch. I just would like to remember how we are playing this game in this morning. So, for you that arrived right now, we have four juries, and each one has 1 million euros to invest. I have been asking for you guys, please don't forget to put in the last page of your paper the amount of money that you're investing in each company, because you will take this paper just after this presentation, okay? And the idea is that after this final presentation, I will discuss with you guys, making some questions about what you think, what are made in your mind in terms of where you're putting your money. So we will discuss a little bit about this just after this final presentation. And to welcome these guys, I need to welcome Maggie, the coach of this team. And I would like to say that this team is addressing a problem that many of us also know, that is the energy consumption in buildings. So, Green Build, the stage is yours.
Welcome everybody. We are building and we are here to tell you that your company is not Versailles. Despite whatever you can think, the only thing that they have in common is that both are buildings. Buildings that last year represented 1/3 of the total global energy consumption, and that also represented 1/4 of the total global greenhouse gases emissions. So, why does this matter? These numbers curse to all us, because 1/3 of all this energy was wasted during empty hours and during non-working times, despite that we spent 90% of our lifetime inside buildings. So, why does your company care about all these things? Because your company is social responsible. Your company needs the obligation to be sustainable, to be responsible with the resources they use, and has the obligation to take action now. To take action now, but also thinking on the future. So, do you think that with the actual behavior, your company is going to be able to reach their net zero goals?
Fortunately, there are policies and fundings to help you tackle this problem. The European Union has the Energy Performance of Buildings Directive, and the US has the Inflation Reduction Act. The good news is that both policies target heat loss in commercial buildings. The bad news is that they don't mention energy waste. Think energy spent on empty rooms. Think home office or off business hours. This is also true inside your company. For heat loss, you have a facility manager in charge of insulation. But who is responsible for energy waste in your building? Well, you can say we give the facility manager a budget for it. Except your facility manager thinks the users are responsible for energy waste. So he uses this money on CRS training. Imagine a room full of your employees being told to shut the light when leaving. Maybe this will work on the short term, but it's not enough to reach your long-term goal of net zero emissions. We, Green Build, will make it our responsibility to match your building's energy needs to their energy consumption so that no energy is wasted.
Our objective is to reduce the energy waste in large buildings. But before going deeper in how we are going to achieve this goal, let's take a step back and talk about one specific solution which already exists and quite similar to ours. Have you ever heard about home automation? For those who don't know, it's a technology which allows people to control the lighting, the heating, the security system in their house with connected devices. This is efficient in that case because the person who manages it knows exactly the need of their house, so he or she can easily adapt the system with it. But it's difficult to use it for large buildings because no one can be able to determine the use of each users. And there are too many rooms to manage. That's why we propose a completely autonomous artificial intelligence integrated monitoring system. With this, we'll be able to regulate the temperature and the luminosity in each room and to assure that all the lights and heaters will be switched off when not needed. With this system, our clients will be able to reduce their energy consumption, so their electricity bills, but most importantly, it's a big step to achieve the net zero carbon emission. So how this amazing system works?
So I'm going to propose in 3 steps how this system is going to work. The first one is connecting the buildings. The second one is a digital twin. The second step is a digital twin. And the third step is artificial intelligence training. So Lydia has already told us about how we are going to connect the buildings. So I'm going to talk about step 2 and step 3, which is the digital twin and the artificial intelligence training. So first, to get the digital twin, we have to first get a 3D model of the building, which is then linked with the data collected with the devices placed in the buildings to get the digital twin. This digital twin is then used to run simulations, which is used to train the AI to understand patterns in the building so that we can get the energy needs of the building. This in turn will help the AI to reduce the energy wasted in that building. So I'm going to give 3 examples for you to understand better how our solution is going to work. The first one is, if the AI will be, after being trained, will be able to understand how many people are in a particular room and the amount of people that are there and if the room is being used or not. And based on how many people are in that room, the AI will be able to reduce or monitor the heating and the air conditioning in that room based on the number of people in that particular room. The second one is, with the aid of the calendar of the organization, we will integrate it with the AI to help to understand when and which rooms are going to be used for meetings, and empty rooms that are not being used will be shut down, or the heating and lighting in that building will be shut down to help save energy. And the last one is, with the aid of cameras placed in the room, the AI will be able to understand when windows are opened or shut down, and this can help to shut down the heating or air conditioning in a room if the windows are left open to help save energy. So I hope this gives you a better understanding of how the solution is going to work. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Kende, for showing us how it is working. But now we're gonna see how to sell it. So before having any international ambition, we will start with the French market, because in France, the market is very huge. And by law, companies have to reduce their energy consumption in buildings by 40% in 2030 to 60% in 2050. That means that just a bit less than half of millions of consumers are targeted by Green Build. But why? Why should you invest in Green Build? There is many reasons to invest in our solution, but I think the most important one is about our competitors, because let's take a look. There is not really competitors. Siemens or EDF are companies which can control light, heat, and ventilation, but they don't use intelligent solution to manage the system. And all the system is centralized. So the settings is quite the same for each room. But with Green Build, it's the only solution which can control light, heat, ventilation by using machine learning to find the best optimization for each room. And that makes us different from our competitors. So we still need something. We still need you. We still need you to invest in our AI because we know once the solution, the intelligent solution will be developed, the market will be ours. So thank you for your attention, and we're ready to.
Thank you guys for your presentation. Congratulations for what you have been doing. Congratulations, Maggie, for the incredible work that you developed during these weeks. So we will give to you this space to make your first question.
Very nice. Thank you very much. So I think something that we are all probably wondering about is the reliability of the technology. So I was wondering if you can touch on that more, maybe talk about it a little bit.
Well, certainly when a new technology comes to the market, we are all concerned about the reliability of the technology. So I think that instead of talking about it, we can show you how it works. So I want to ask you to take out your phones and please scan our QR code. And we are going to make a demonstration of our technology in live. So this will take you to our web page within the link on the middle. And here you have an option to try our technology. Here we have developed an AI model in order to recognize if the windows are open or closed. This is the system that will be integrated in our web cameras. So now you can change the webcam to a file and took a photo of the window. And the system will tell you if the window it is open or closed. As we can see here, the windows is closed, but you can try it in your homes. So this technology is going to be related with the technology of Arduino that you have in front of you. The technology of Arduino will be the one in charge to control if the lights are on or off, or if the heat is on or off. So we need your help now, Sharks, to match our two technologies. We need to make the combination of our AI that detects if the windows are open or closed, and with the executable order to turn on the lights and the heat. So yes, our technology is very reliable. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for this very interesting presentation and existing concept. I have a question about the compatibility, because if you install the technology on existing building, you will have some technology already installed into the building, and how you will manage the compatibility with between your technology and existing components.
Okay, so as we said about our competitors and the solutions already implemented in buildings, they're centralized. So you have only 3 modes usually. You have full-on heating, you have a reduced consumption mode for nights, and then you have off for summer, for example, if we only talk about heating. We plan to be modular. This means that our AI will be connected to your building in a digital twin. We will train it in the digital twin and then link our AI to outputs. Such outputs will be connected thermostats, for example, on the heater behind you. So we'll connect the thermostat to the AI, and it will give it the order to turn on the thermostat or not. Room by room, not a centralized system where you have only on low consumption for night and off.
Great. Well, thanks. Thanks a lot for your offer. I find it quite convincing in terms of a technical solution to an important problem. But who are your customers and how do you charge them?
Well, as we said, our customers are the 410,000 buildings that we have in France. We will start here at IFP. This will be our case of study. And the idea is to have the first 2 years to implement our model and to train our model. So this is for what the initial investment will be for. And here we can see the value proposition that we have for the model. We have the first inversion that we are asking to you, that it is around 500,000 euros. This will be to develop our AI system, to develop our cloud where it will be run and store the data. And we'll have 2 years of training for free in our expenses to train and develop the model. After that, we expect to start gaining 2 buildings by month as customers. We're going to charge for the installation 200 euros per room, and we estimated an average of 100 euros per building. And this gives us an earning approximately of 80,000 euros by month at the beginning. In the second year, we are going to increment our team. We will start making 3 buildings per month, and we will also start having earnings for the system, but that where our clients are running the artificial intelligence because it will be on our own base cloud. So we will make profit of the installation and we will make profit of renting our analytics service cloud-based.
Thank you very much for your good presentation. I think it's a very smart project. I just want to point out on, for me, a problem is the camera in the room office. Do you know there's inner policies to have not camera in the office, and maybe you can use for that different captures or detectors for motion, for example.
Yes. So the first thing is we can adapt to our clients and to the buildings. So cameras in offices can be an issue, but if you have a hallway, you can put a camera in the hallway and just check who goes in and out of the rooms. So the system will know which room is occupied like this. But you can also use sensors, like you said. Currently, there are motion sensors used, but people don't want to wave their hand to activate the light. But you can use not motion sensors, but presence sensors. They also exist. So they only trigger when you get in and out. They don't trigger when you move.
Okay, well, thank you for the explanation. You skipped very quickly to the second and third step in your presentation, when the first step was, let's say, in implementation. To me, your business model requires a lot of people to be implemented and then to be run. Did you think about that? Number of people just to run the business.
Yeah. So yeah, the first step does require some work installation, but when you compare it to other installation for heat loss, for example, when you do a whole facade of the building, you need a lot more work, and it's highly disruptive. Here, we can work room by room and connecting room by room. This means we can adapt also to your company and not disrupt your employees while installing and connecting. Does that answer?
Well, I was much more thinking about your base costs, salary,
yes.
employees that you have to pay for just in order to maintain the system.
So let's talk first about the material cost. We say material based to connect a room with sensors or cameras will be around, we estimate 40 euros per room. When you compare that to insulation, per surface, per square meters, it's more close to 10 to 80, depending on the material you choose. Per square meter, not per room. So here we have a material advantage. Now in terms of maneuver, in workforce and people working, as I said, depends on the client needs. If we have to implement the solution fast, if they want to move fast, we can hire more people to equip not room by room, but floor by floor, for example.
So, thank you guys for your presentation. I would just like that mention that as was the last group to present, how was our process during these weeks. So we begin everything with a problem, and so we tried to understand the problem between many possibilities related to the adaptation to climate change. I am really proud of you and all your colleagues, because all of you presented a real problem, and you addressed a real problem that I'm pretty sure that everyone that's seeing us in the jury could understand, can understand, and this is a very important part. Beside that, you had an incredible job brainstorming ideas after you have been trying to prototype these ideas. You are doing digital marketing, you are training the speech. So we have an entire process that we are closing up in this session, and I'm very happy with these results of all of you. So now is the time that the jury will invest the money in you. Probably they made up their mind. They have, the 5 teams to invest. Is the last moment for you that are at home to make a vote. You'll see the QR code in your screen pretty soon. Is the last moment to you make your vote. We will make a break. In this break, so we will have this decision, and we'll back to give you the results, to talk a little bit with the jury, to ask what made up their minds, and so the results. So we'll have a break, and you'll back soon with the final results. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Very good job. Very good job. Thank you. We are back for our final discussion, but most of all with the results. But before to give the results, I just would like to make some very, very fast questions for you. Pascal, you as a director of the school, how do you feel? How was for you live this experience? I just would like to ask you some words about that.
Yes, yes. In fact, I am very proud of the students. They did an incredible work. I want to congratulate them. It was very interesting.
Great. You know, I need to confess, you are pretty comfortable here. Next time I'll see a way to be like you. So, talking about the project, what was the point that made you invest more in a project than other? What was the point of decision?
In fact, all the projects were interesting technically, but I focused on the business model and the possibility for the project to develop and to reach the market.
Okay.
It was very important.
Great. I listen to your words, but I'd like to see how much are you investing in each company. We'll have here in our screen, and you will have at home how much are you investing in each. Wow. So you're pretty equilibrated. You are putting, a tie between two companies. Thank you so much, Pascal. Jean. First of all, just you have a big experience, investing in companies, in real, sessions of investments. I know that's a little bit different for you, and we really appreciate that you are spending your time with us. So thank you so much to take your precious time to be with us. How was your experience seeing these projects that they made, in 2 weekends and a half, we can say 3 weeks?
No, I was actually extremely impressed with what all the teams accomplished in 3 weeks. If that's what they can do in 3 weeks, I just wonder what they can do in 2 or 3 years, which is basically the level at which in the companies I'm working with, we invest.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And what was the key point for you to invest your €1 million in a company?
Probably the complementarity of the team and how convincing the team could handle all the elements of the value chain, from the technical solution to the market legislation, etc. So complementarity of the team.
Great. We will see on the screen, you see it at home, on the screen, how will be the things, how will be the investments after your money. Let's see how it is. Wow, we have a. So call is
yeah,
a letter is.
I'm not sure it's. Oh, that's
No,
the
no,
total.
no, no.
That's,
It's just
that's the total.
just we
yeah,
are
okay.
adding. You know,
Okay,
we have
good.
two investments right now. So we have the first investment from Pascal. Now you put your money, and this is the amount that we have in total. And this is we are seeing how much we will have in the end. So thank you so much, Abiba. You know, you are a researcher here at IFP Énergie Nouvelle. I see that you have a big experience seeing the research becoming products because we are an innovative research center. How was your experience today seeing these students presenting these results for you?
I am very amazing for the fact that there's a good project, very good presentation, and with a short time, they managed to give us the best of them. So I have a little impressed by that. And all the projects have a good signification. But personally, I have my favorite one is about a healthy problem, for example.
So the health is something that made your mind in terms of how you invest your money?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So we will see how much after your investment, how much each company will have. In a few seconds, we will see how we are doing. Wow. So Calcal is really in front of everyone. You know, you're talking about health. Is a good one. So Mark, we're kind of, you know, tension is mounting because you can change everything with your investment.
So I think I already know the results.
Maybe
And I'm the only one. So it's a privilege.
Okay. and the things that, you know, Mark, you are, you know, you have both. You have a career in a big company and working, developing projects there, but you know already, and you know very well the other side of the coin. So you know this startup as entrepreneur. How was your impression of the pitches and how this touch you as you know, innovator as you are?
I would not say that I'm experienced, but I'm still in the transition, and it's very resonates in me what they're doing, just because I'm transitioning from a very engineering world, and they are engineers or trained to be engineers. But I'm very impressed by the fact that in only 3 weeks, they succeed in delivering good presentation and very effective communication. And I think it's very important just currently to be able to make things clear, make things beautiful, and it serves the engineering work behind that. So that's my feeling about that. It's very professional.
Great. I just take the word to say that, you know, Mark, we are investing a lot in the pitch presentation, as you know, because a part of the work, but I like to repeat for the students that the pitch, you know, is the last step in a long path. So it's for sure when they are being investors, or because, you know, we are also in this EFP school, we are preparing engineers that go to the markets, go to work in the big companies. So they will be able to lead with big problems. They will be able to think about the value proposition of the solutions in the companies that they are working. They are developing the team working. They are thinking about the market of the solution. So many of the concepts that we are developing these days, they will apply in their future career. So this is something that's very important to us. It's something that's very important for IFP school. So if we arrive here and we have a final pitch, is that we have, we did a good path until to arrive there. So I'm very glad that you have this impression. But okay, people are interested know about money. Money is the thing that people think. So what made your mind in terms of investment?
Well, I think we had a lot of projects with a lot of bright ideas, and I was very sensitive to the accuracy and precision of the business model. What's the core value? Just because when you're a startup, you have to make decisions in order to capture the value. And so the most accurate value proposition were rewarded in my case.
So right now we will have the big winner of this session that will receive a prize, and you have see in 1 second. Let's see. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Yeah, we are listening then. Okay, I will just ask for you, juries, 2 things. I will ask your help to give the medals to them and the prizes. We'll give medals to all of them, all teams. And after, for sure, we'll take a picture all together, okay? So we still have some things to do. We'll invite the company Might to come here. The last one, yeah? No? Is the last one. Sorry, I'm seeing. Yeah. E-commune. E-commune. No, e-commune, pardon. E-commute. It's my fault. Leia was the winner, and now, yeah, it's good, yeah. So, congratulations. Next one. You, 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 can, you can open this and you have a gift card for everyone. You can share this. You including. Ah. Great. We have a last one that is popular, the vote from the audience. Are you prepared for the vote for the audience? I just would like to know, are your family seeing at home? Because this is a very important thing. You know, we have streaming this online, but also you for sure you can see after this. Please share. I don't know about you, but I am really, really proud of what you have been doing in these weeks and how you present this today. You are part of an innovation that we are doing here at Labinov. You know, for us, it's not easy to do all these things. We are not a TV company. We are not a TV show. We are working on learning innovation, and we do our best to bring to your home a lot of experience. But you know, the experience that we have when you are learning are also emotional experience. So we hope that you take this emotional experience, and this emotion will change the way that you work in the future. So this is the hope of all of us from the Labinov. So we are right. Can you see? Wow, 1,000 votes for this one. What, a lot of people voting, yeah? Can you show up on the screen who is the winner? C'est bon? Allez, the winner is... Oh, Greenville! Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See you soon. Next year, we'll be here again. Thank you so much, guys, and congratulations for you.